How did the parents experience um, watching my interview with Brandon Tatum?
I protect them, Elliot. So although they were in the room and I told you, and I was like, I'm literally here with them right now. I don't, they've asked you the same thing. I don't know why you offer a platform. I don't know why you talk to him in that way. They appreciate knowing that I can say the things that they probably cannot. They appreciate, everybody wants somebody to go beat up the bully.
Elliot told me in the DM, I can show it to you if you guys want to, that I said, hey man, you should interview me since you got my name in your mouth all day. And we interviewed. Why is Nolan's mom and them watching his interview with me? We're not even talking about Nolan, not one bit. Y'all check this out. If you need custom shirts, hats, or gear, check out Pure Choice Apparel. You can pick your product, see the prices up front, upload your logo, and preview the design right on the website. No waiting around for salespeople or dealing with endless emails. We handle screen printing, embroidery, DTF printing, and even laser etching or laser engraving all under one roof. It's made right here in the United States of America, and we have the quickest turnaround that you can find. And also, if you're a business looking to outfit your employees, we got you covered. All you got to do is go to purechoiceapparel.com and check us out today. A lady named Teslin Figaro, which Figaro, I didn't know that was a black woman. But anyway, the lady named Teslin, so I know her name, and she's on an interview with a guy named Elliot, who's not a doctor, and they're talking about me. Now, here's some of the things that they said. I haven't watched it. My team watched it. They presented it to me, so I know it's got to be something that I may want to hear. All right, first of all, Elliot, I went on his show in good faith, because it appears that although things he said about me I disagree with wholeheartedly, he wasn't extremely disrespectful and unprofessional. So I said I can go on and maybe have a productive conversation. This young lady, Teslin, is cussing and acting a fool and doing shenanigans type of stuff. And I don't want to get into an argument with a woman that's not acting in good faith and is ghetto. It's a waste of my time. I'm a boss out here. I'm not some little YouTuber that's just getting started out. I do this for a living. I have respect, and I also have credentials. I've done research. I've been around the world. You name it. I don't want to waste my time with people who want to argue with me in poor faith. I honestly think Elliot wants to argue with me to get his views up, which is fine, because I'm not ducking from anybody. I go anybody's show anytime to talk about this Nolan Wells case. The funny thing is that Elliot didn't want to talk to me about Nolan Wells. He wanted to talk to me about me and try to give me a fake diagnosis of who I am. This young lady claims she wanted to talk about Nolan Wells. In good faith, if she wanted to have a good faith conversation, I don't care. There's nothing. Listen, I want people to understand, there's no vested interest in this for me. I went out there. They wanted to be interviewed by me. I validated, verified everything that they said. I did an interview for them to tell the world what they told me. That's it. I'm not going to, there's no jail time for me in this. I wasn't on Horn Island. After this case is resolved, I'm going to go back to living my life with my family, and the next story is going to come up. There's no vested interest for me to have anything to say but to tell you what they told me. It's really that simple. And I don't like the fact that innocent people are getting blamed in this situation unnecessarily. That's my position. But let's hear what they have to say. This is the first time I've heard this. Roll it.
You were watching my interview with former Officer Tatum last week, and you were watching with Nolan Wells' parents, which I want to ask about in a minute.
Why they watching my
first question
interview?
I want to ask you is,
We didn't even talk about Nolan.
what was your response to being referred to as super ghetto?
Oh, I loved it. And you and you probably have to do a whole session on me to you probably will tell me better what my response is. And again, thank you for being here.
Session on me.
Charlemagne named me the Hood Whisperer, Black Effect. I see you have your Black Effect gear on. I too, as you know, have a
Time
podcast
out.
on.
I said she was ghetto. She gets titled the Hood Whisperer. What is different? What is different from when I said you super ghetto and they call you the Hood Whisperer? How is what me saying any different than what the names people are giving you? Now watch how she act, because she probably her ghetto side probably come out.
The Black Effect Podcast Network.
I do too. Family Therapy. Everybody go check it out on Black Effect Podcast Network. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, iHeartRadio. Let's go.
Subscribe, like. So Charlemagne named me the Hood Whisperer because, and I've always had these different mantras, but he did that because of my ability to be able to speak to various different walks of life, and not from a standpoint of, oh, I know them, or I learned about them, or I've interviewed enough of them. And when I say them, I'm talking about the least of these, the disenfranchised, those who have been not selected, those who have been, ejected, if you will.
Left
Those are
out.
those are the ones that live in the ghettos. Now, it's not a term that we typically use today, but if you look at the historical word of ghetto, and why Too Short wrote the ghetto, and why Willie D and Scarface, our good friends, are the ghetto boys, and all of those things, when we talk about the ghetto and what happens in those environments.
So you're a ghetto. So you're a ghetto. Okay, where are you going with this? All right, next clip.
And so he named me that as somebody that gets it. So when he said super ghetto, and again, I hear this all the time. Oh, she's ghetto. Oh,
Yeah.
she's an angry black woman. All of the tropes. I lean into those things. I remove the power away from it immediately because I lean into it. So if you say, oh, she's super ghetto, I looked at it as a superhero. Not only do I stand for the least of these in the ghetto, I do it in a super way. In a super way. So when you look at the definition of super, what it means to be super, and what the ghetto is, I know he wanted to use it in a negative way, but if we look at what the ghetto is, I am proud to be able to say that I stand for the least of these. So although I appreciated you defending me, that was great. That you come from that lens to be able to say, no, she's not ghetto. Dealing with a woman that actually.
No. I said don't call her that.
Okay,
Like, I'm not saying you're not ghetto, because I'm like you. I'm proud to be where I'm from. And
there's a lot of women that need to see a black man basically check
Time
another
out.
one.
He just said, I just said don't call her that. I'm not saying you're not ghetto. So he's saying she's ghetto. She says she's ghetto. I don't want to argue with somebody that want to be ghetto. I want to argue with somebody that want to have a good faith conversation, because I'm a grown adult. I'm a husband with children and a professional business owner. I don't want to waste my time with people cussing and acting a fool. All right, let her finish.
I just went ahead and ordered the cape, though, as you know. I ordered the cape on Amazon.
but if y'all don't believe that's true, go follow this woman. If you don't already, follow her on IG. She literally ordered a cape and has now created the character super ghetto Teslin Figaro. Like this.
These people literally are grifting off of the conversations about me. I called her super ghetto on another show. She gets a cape now and want to have a personality. They literally are leveraging their conversation and hatred towards me to build a brand for themselves. Out of all your career, you just now got a cape because I said something. And this dude, his only popular videos is talking about me. Now, I don't care, because I'm way beyond these people, right? These people are right down here. We're getting 200 million views a month on Instagram. Like, I'm reaching people all over the world. I've been doing this for like 8 years, billions of views. These people are just starting their career off on social media. So I'm not in any way concerned about nothing they're doing. I do want to have conversations with people across the aisle in good faith. Teslin was on an interview with me on a Fox show. I had no problem with that. It was not Fox, it was Newsmax. And what was she on there? Being ghetto. And I'm like, yeah, this girl is so unprofessional and weird. Like, can you have a reasonable conversation? We don't need to get on there and act like we in the hood. It's so immature to me. But anyway, it's the last clip. Roll it.
Okay, actually, no. Before we even do that, what? And I haven't asked you this privately. How did the parents experience watching my interview with
Time out. Why is his parents watching the interview and we didn't talk about Nolan not one time? Elliot told me in the DM, I can show it to you if you guys want to, that I said, hey man, you should interview me since you got my name in your mouth all day. All right, what do you want to talk about? I said, I want to talk about what you said about me. The things that you said about me that were not true, and you can question me and challenge me on all of those things. He sends me a message back, say, that's not what I want to talk about. I put a question mark. I'm like, what do you want to talk about then? I want to address the things you said about me on your show. He just want to interview me, and I said, all right, I'll do it. Let's do it, our interview. and we interviewed. Why is Nolan's mom and them watching his interview with me? We're not even talking about Nolan, not one bit. All right, roll it.
Brandon Tatum.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was there with them. We were in Atlanta. We were recording Jamal Bryant's podcast that should be dropping this week.
Hold on. Jamal Bryant, let me tell you how ghetto and weird and low energy, low vibration people are. Jamal Bryant cheated on his wife, got outside babies, all kind of stuff. He is a disgraced pastor. Took over a church of a pastor who was considered a pervert and abused people. He ended up settling in a lawsuit when these boys are saying he was grooming boys, and they got pictures that they put online of him taking pictures in his bathroom, sending it to boys at his church. I forget his name. He got ousted out of the church. He ended up dying, actually. And then Jamal Bryant, cheating on his wife and ruined his church at Empowerment Temple, took over that other church. But they want to gloat. Why would Nolan's them mama want to go on Jamal Bryant's them podcast? The lowest of the low, criticizing me. Okay, let it finish.
And I protect them, Elliot. So although they were in the room, and I told you, and I was like, I'm literally here with them right now.
Yeah.
Which would absolutely, if he had accepted the offer to bring me on, how powerful would that have been for him to actually have to be confronted with the actual information, which I know we'll get to.
Time out, bro. These people such liars. Teslin said something to me on her show, somewhere, and I wrote her a message on her comment section. I said, well, come on my show. I'll invite you on my show anytime. No, you got to come on my Instagram. Why am I going to go on Instagram and you got 25 followers? Come on my YouTube channel with 3 million people and we can have a genuine conversation. You claim you have evidence about Nolan. I know what I know. Let's have a conversation. No. You need to come on my Instagram channel and do Instagram live so you don't edit. I said, we're not going to edit. We can do it live. No, don't say I turned down an offer. I offered you to come on my show, which is millions of people on it, which will get way more views and way more publicity, but you want to go on your show, which ain't a show. Nobody watching it. It's going to be 35 people watching me and you talk on your Instagram channel. What's the point? What are we talking about? At least Elliot got a YouTube show, and I went on his YouTube show. Let it play.
That later. But
Right.
I protect them in ways, meaning I did not expose her to the things that were said. But then also, you guys weren't talking about the details.
Which was intentional.
That's it, which was absolutely intentional. So,
Why?
and I need people to know this, and I'm not saying, you and I talked about this offline. Christine and Elmore, I am honored to have their permission to defend them in this way. And when people say, man, I don't know how you do it. And I don't, they ask you the same thing. I don't know why you offer a platform. I don't know why you talk to him in that way. They appreciate knowing that I can say the things that they probably cannot. They appreciate, everybody wants somebody to go beat up the bully. Everybody. So when you ask, how did they feel with the interview that you did? I'm looking at a woman that's saying, Teslin, thank you. Thank you for defending me in ways that, although there are hundreds and thousands of people, thousands, if you will, who are making commentary about this case, they don't know her. She hasn't cried on their shoulder. She hasn't said, Teslin, this is what I would love to say, but I know that if I say this or that, they're going to attack me. So she is relieved,
Time
if
out.
you will.
Let me put this out there for the world to see. I will talk to Nolan's parents privately. If they want to confront me on a phone call, tell me what they want to say to me, give me information that I'm wrong about, I'll do it publicly or privately, whatever they want to do. If I'm wrong about something, correct me. I'll come on my show and correct it if I'm wrong. I will get on a phone call with these people tonight. And nobody got to know we did it. I can keep it private. Y'all want to talk to me if you think I'm doing so much harm to your family, I'll talk to you. I'll bring you on my show and let you tell me what side you have if it's contrary to what I'm presenting, which is the only side I have because y'all won't even talk. I only have one interview. Well, you know, one side of the interview. I'm only presenting what evidence I have in all the interviews that y'all have done publicly, not on my show. These people act like somebody got something to hide, man. Look, I don't know Nolan. And I don't know none of these people. I just know that y'all pushing racism is not fair. And then they proved to me that they weren't even there when Nolan died. Why don't y'all come out and apologize to them for painting them with a broad brush as if they are murdering somebody? Why didn't y'all go talk to them instead of me talking to them? And I reached out to y'all first, and y'all did not to talk to the brother. But I'll say it like this: I want the world to know. I might go on a podcast with that ghetto girl, because these people are so arrogant and they take this stuff so personal and they're biased that if I talk to you on an interview, I'm not gonna tell you nothing that I didn't already say. There's nothing hiding. I'm not hiding anything. I didn't spend my own money to go and do investigations to get to the bottom of what happened to Nolan. Y'all not interested in that. Y'all want to get to the bottom of your hypothesis, which was that Nolan was killed by white people. Y'all don't want to get to the bottom of the truth, or you would have talked to them already. You'd have contacted their lawyers. You'd have had a private conversation with them. They reached out to have a conversation, and y'all refused to talk to them. I wouldn't have had to say nothing. I wouldn't have had to interview nobody. Why don't y'all talk to him and get this squared away before you ever went to the media and claimed that Nolan was in a fight on the island, that things were deleted off his phone, that he only went out there with 3-4 white boys. It was an abandoned island. When wrong is wrong, man. Wrong is wrong. All right. I think that's it. Was there the end to that? There was nothing else on that clip? All right. So just so anybody want to clip this, I know y'all watching my show, Teslin or whatever, come on my YouTube channel. We'll do it live. There's no edits. If you're scared of somebody editing something, I would ask you to just make sure you keep your language clean, meaning that you can use other words than cuss words to communicate your point. If you want to set up a call for me and Nolan's family, I'll talk to them in private if they want to express things to me. And if I'm wrong about something, I want them to tell me I'm wrong so I can correct it if I'm wrong. And I will publicly correct something that I've been wrong about if they tell me that I'm wrong and show me that I'm wrong. Other than that, I have nothing to go off of but the truth that I know. So quit trying to act like I'm ducking somebody. I don't even care. Nolan wasn't my kid. And I feel bad for Nolan because he seemed like he was a great kid, and his legacy should be about how great he is and not about these white boys. I want to know what happened to Nolan. I wish that I knew Nolan before any of this happened. I would have loved to have been an influence in Nolan's life. I would have loved to see him one day and help him become a better man, because he clearly wasn't a racist, biased person like some of these other people are. He had white friends that he loved just like his black friends. And if Nolan was alive today or Nolan was in heaven looking down, I would guarantee you with my entire career that Nolan would have said, don't blame them if you don't have no evidence. Don't put my friends out there like that. Let's get to the bottom of what happened to me, but if my friends didn't do it, how about you talk to them and make sure before you put my friends out there, and now they're getting death threats. 5 people have been arrested for threatening in their lives. 4 people, I think. The 5th one did a bomb threat at the courthouse or something. And I heard 3 other phone calls where people should get arrested if the cops knew what their identity was. Nolan wouldn't want his friends to be treated like this. And then once you find out his friends weren't even there when he died, he definitely wouldn't want them to be blamed for something they didn't do. Let the main thing be the main thing.